All right, y'all, so the next step. So this here is going to be our photo glossy sticker paper. And then this is going to be our white 22 point chipboard. So it's crafts on the craft color on the front, and then on the back is your white. And what I think is tacky, but if that's all you have, is just brown. You can do your image on a brown chipboard, but then when people flip it over, that's what they'll see. So something that's okay if that's all you have, but me personally, when they flip the image over, I'd rather them to see that. All right, so let's go ahead and score. When you scoring this, you do not want to dig too deep. You just want to be able to peel this paper up in the back so that you can expose the sticker part. Of your sticker paper. And what I do first, before I peel the whole paper, back paper off, because this is very sticky. Once this is down, it is down. All right, you trying to lift this back up, if you placed it wrong, will destroy your image. And with me talking, I almost destroyed my image. So y'all leave me alone so I can get this like I need to be. But anyways, all right, so I just want to make note. See how it's off? You're not going to worry about that being off, because none of this over here is going to be cut. Your main focus is going to be this side, because you're going to want to line this here white side up on your Cricut mat, and I'll show you in a few. All right, just peel this rest of this paper off. Well, this is how I do it. Just grab it. And then I just bring it down. And that's how I apply my sticker paper to my board. And it's not even, I have some right here. You can probably see. You see some brown. But like I say, you're not focusing on lining it up with the brown. You're focusing on lining it up with the actual sticker paper. So basically, you're going to fit your sticker paper within those grooves. And I'm focusing on my sticker paper, not this brown board that's sticking out. I'm going to press it down. All right. So now let's go ahead, take it to the Cricut and get this to cutting. And this is what it should look like. All right. All right, so we're ready. Our Cricut mat is in. Press this here button here so that it can start doing what it do. And then let's press play. Alright, so as I'm looking, I may have my offsets a little bit too big, but we'll see. I may have to bring those offsets in just a tad bit. Because what I'm afraid that it may collide with that part there. I did not take that into consideration when doing that offset. But it looked fine, but we'll see. This is saying cutting one of five passes, 100%. I know that ain't true, but we're gonna stop that because it's literally lifting off the paper. I mean the mat. So let's go ahead and stop that because it's lifting off the mat. All right. So looking at this, I don't know, for some reason when we got to the bottom here, it's not giving me that offset like I want into the top. So before you even take your mat off, you have to figure out how your cutter is cutting. And I'm looking at mine and I see exactly how it's cutting. So what that means to tell me, I am going to cut these red sides off because this side looks good. That side looks good. For some reason when we got to the bottom side, the border is not where it should be. And then the top, it didn't give you that offset to the top. Let me make sure that I'm on my board. Okay, you want to make sure that that is lined up good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this line here, and then I'm gonna cut that line here. Now that I see how my Cricut is cutting this out. So yeah, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the table. I do have another sheet I've already printed. So what I'm gonna be doing is cutting that and cutting that. All right, so I'll be back. All right, y'all, so this is what we have. So when I went back and started doctoring on that image, I don't think I put it back exactly where it belonged because I'm getting like some offness here. So what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to pull this out and show you that I'm going to go back to Adobe Photoshop. I'm going to print the image as it's showing now and put it back into the Cricut because I may have, like I said, it's very important. Once you print it, print your image out. Do not do no rearrangement of it. If you find yourself moving it out of its place after you print it, you may have to go and reprint that image as you have it then. All right, so it's very important once you print your image not to mess with the image. Do not move the image because you will find yourself messing up. So here it is. It looked like I was just off a tad bit, and I want to say I did move the hat. So the hat, I didn't get the border that I needed on the top part, but this is the fan, so you know how it should be done. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to print the image out as it's showing on my Adobe Photoshop board right now. I'm going to save that image, and I'm going to upload that image that's printed back into Cricut so I can cut this again. All right, so it's detecting and it's getting ready to cut, and I should have had my light on there. Too late for that. But let's see where we are. I did an inset this time instead of an offset. And it looks like I may have put the image up too high. I shouldn't have been on that border. But let's see how it goes. Yeah, I shouldn't have, I went up too high. I had planned on doing that because I noticed that the last time it cut low but let's see where we are. All right, so it's cutting out that part right there that I figured it would. So when I go back to my image, I'm going to take a better close look at that spot. Find out why. All right, so yeah, that offset at the bottom. So yeah, I figured when I put it up a little bit above the tape instead of fitting it right in. So yeah, I won't do that again. But anyways, it's right inside. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And let me show you what it's looking like. I did, if you can tell right here, I want to see something in that cut, so I went just a tad bit above that on the tape and not fitting exactly within the frame. So I was kind of off in the cut, but it still looks good. I was just a tad bit off, and right up in here where I was afraid that because the tassel is so thin that it would cut, and it looks like it did. Kind of skimped on that tassel, so I know once I get back into my design, I'm gonna make that tassel just a tad bit bigger. All right, so here this is what we're looking at this time, doing an inset. All right, so basically, did I even cut out the, yeah, I did. Remember to cut out that 0 in the center. So basically, y'all, you all know how to do it. You just have to fool around with your placements, but this will be your main template here. So sometimes you might go, it depends on how your Cricut is cutting, because not everybody Cricut like cuts the same. Sometimes if you're doing regular cuts, your Cricut may be off anyway, regardless of the hack. Like your Cricut might just be cutting off. So, and I have not did a calibration in a minute, so maybe I need to do that, but you get the idea. And you just have to twerk your Cricut until you get the exact placement within this frame, centimeter off the frame that you need to be. All right, but I did an inset, and this is what I got, a perfect cut. All right, so let's go ahead with this size being that it's larger than the actual Cricut back hack. I would use a 12-inch stick and not a 8-inch. So I'm gonna show you the difference between the 8-inch and the 12-inch handles for your fans. So if you're gonna do maybe the smaller size fan, the size that you can be able to cut with Cricut, I would use this one. But if you're gonna do a larger fan, I would do a larger handle, just to make it proportional with size. And let's grab it. All right, so that's what that'll look like. And matter of fact, I have 2 cutouts, so I'll show the difference between the 2. You'll be the judge of which handle you want. I'm just gonna find my center, and I'm good with it being there. I'm gonna put some hot glue on it. Pick it back up, then find my center again, right where I want it to be. And of course, remember that the handle, this indented part is where you hold. Okay, so this is where the bottom would be, And then this is what the back looks like. Let's go ahead, get these scissors, and I see some of the red at the bottom. I'm just gonna trim that up. Like I say, you can be able to cut this with scissors as well. It's just as easy, but you don't want Dollar Tree scissors because you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna need some titanium scissors to do that with. So let's get where we might want it to be. Let's do about right here. Let's add some hot glue. Let's get that center. All right. So this is the difference. So if you want your fan to look large, grab you a large handle. All right. So I think when I cut it again using the Cricut hack, I'm not going to add the borders, but this is the difference in that size. All right, so a larger fan, you need a larger handle. And that's what the back look like. I want to thank y'all for watching. This is what I'm working on now. Okay, I'm still using the Cricut hack for this here. Let me see if I can grab the actual, I may have to go show it to you and take it to you, but I'm doing a Cricut hack for this one here. The same concept. You see I have my borders, and for this particular one I printed off the wide format printer. Even if you have your images sent out to print, if you want to do even larger prints, of course this would have to go on a 12 by 24 inch back. For this particular one here, I'm going to have to cut the border. Like I'm going to have to do a straight cut going down. So you can even do larger than this. And I'm going to show you how you can do larger than that. So let me go grab it right quick. All right, so here it is. Let's see if I can go up. All right, so here it is, front and back. That's why you see one left facing, you see one right facing. So I will be doing a video on this here shortly, showing how to do it front and back centerpiece, and then also how to create the base for it. All right, because you just don't want that bottom to show you when I had your mechanics, remember? And slide this back in here. Just like that. All right. Once again, I am Nikki from myfavorites.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining our EPC Crafters group. Don't forget to go join the EPC Crafters group on Facebook. There is where I'll be answering questions that you may have. And I just want to show you before I let you go really quickly. All right, so I'm going to be doing a video. Coming up next would be this here video on how I make this here shaker graduation fan. All right, so you want to be heard, all right? And them stands when you displaying your baby and showing off their graduation gear. You want to make sure you have your graduation fan. All right. Once again, I'm Nikki from myfavorites.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss another video. Until the next one.